Picture this. You're in a room filled with ambitious individuals, all chasing success. Some take the honest route, working tirelessly while staying true to their values. Others manipulate, deceive, and step on anyone in their way. And yet, it's often the most ruthless who climb the highest. Why does the system seem designed to reward the worst among us? Across history, politics, and business, we see a familiar pattern. Figures devoid of morality accumulating immense power. From domineering emperors to ruthless corporate leaders, this is no coincidence. It's a fundamental truth of human nature, woven into our psychology and social structures. In a world of limited resources, competition is inevitable. Those who hesitate, who prioritize fairness, are frequently left behind. Meanwhile, those who exploit, dominate, and deceive rise to the top. This unsettling reality forces us to ask, does morality hinder success in the pursuit of power? Yet, history tells us another story. The mighty often fall. The real question isn't just why the ruthless rise, but whether their dominance is sustainable. And more importantly, what does this mean for those who choose to uphold their principles? Power is neither good nor evil. It simply exists. To understand why the worst often succeed, we must first examine the very nature of power. And for that, we turn to one of Friedrich Nietzsche's most provocative ideas: master morality versus slave morality. Imagine two warriors on a battlefield. One is bold, fearless, and takes what he wants. He bends the world to his will, seeking no validation. The other hesitates, looking for approval, hoping fairness will reward him. Which one survives? Which one rules? Nietzsche argued that morality is not an absolute truth, but a construct shaped by power struggles. He identified two core moral systems: master morality and slave morality. These are not abstract theories. They explain why the ambitious and ruthless often dominate while the kind-hearted and fair struggle. Master morality is the code of the strong. Leaders, conquerors, creators. It values strength, ambition, and the pursuit of power. The strong define their own worth, take responsibility for their fate, and see weakness not as something to be protected, but as something to overcome. Slave morality, in contrast, is the ethos of the oppressed, the powerless. It glorifies humility, obedience, and self-sacrifice. It portrays suffering as noble and power as inherently evil. Nietzsche saw this as a moral system crafted by those who lacked the ability to assert dominance, a psychological adaptation to survive under the rule of the strong. Here's the unsettling truth. Slave morality doesn't stop the rise of the ruthless, it enables it. By condemning ambition and demonizing power, it leaves the reins in the hands of those who have no regard for morality. While the virtuous hesitate, those who embrace master morality seize control. In a world where hesitation equals defeat, the outcome is predictable. So what does this mean for us? Should we abandon morality entirely and embrace ruthlessness? Or is there a way to wield strength without losing integrity? To answer this, we must look deeper into the psychology of power. Picture a vast, untamed wilderness. Survival isn't about kindness. It's about strength, adaptability, and an unflinching drive to succeed. The lion does not ask permission to hunt. The storm does not apologize for its destruction. Nature does not reward fairness. It rewards those who endure. Human civilization is no different. Beneath the rules and social contracts, the primal battle for dominance still rages. Those who ascend to power often share key traits, not necessarily cruelty, but decisiveness, fearlessness, and an ability to act without hesitation or guilt. This isn't by chance. It's an evolutionary advantage that has propelled individuals and empires to the top. Psychologists studying success in competitive environments repeatedly find the same patterns: unrelenting ambition, a low sensitivity to fear, and, perhaps most controversially, a reduced sense of empathy for those in their way. This doesn't mean all powerful people are psychopaths, but it does mean many possess traits that allow them to act without the moral constraints that hold others back. Consider the historical figures who reshaped the world, from emperors to business tycoons. The lesson is clear. Hesitation is a weakness, and power is seized, not granted. The strong do not wait for permission. They step forward, take risks, and deal with consequences later. This is why the ruthless often rise while the hesitant fade into obscurity. But there's a twist. Ruthlessness alone is not enough. History is littered with tyrants who believed they were invincible until they weren't. Power gained through fear and deception often leads to self-destruction. The same qualities that elevate a person to greatness can also bring about their downfall. So, does this mean morality and fairness are doomed to fail? Not necessarily. But to understand why, we must confront one of society's biggest illusions: the belief that the world is fair. From childhood, we are taught that good is rewarded, that justice always prevails. But as we step into reality, we see the contradiction. The hardest workers aren't always the wealthiest. The most honest don't always lead. The kindest hearts are often the most broken. This is not a flaw in the system. It is the system. The idea of fairness is largely a construct, a comforting illusion designed to maintain order rather than reflect reality. Power and success are not given based on merit alone. They are taken by those who understand the game better than others. Psychologists have studied the just world fallacy, the belief that life is inherently fair, that people get what they deserve. This belief is dangerous because it encourages passivity. If we assume goodness alone leads to success, we ignore the realities of competition, power, and strategy. And while we wait for justice, those without such illusions are already moving forward. But does this mean morality is meaningless? Should we abandon all principles? Not quite. The key is to understand the game without becoming a slave to it. The greatest mistake is believing you must choose between ruthlessness or victimhood. There is a third path, one that blends integrity with strategy, kindness with strength. Nietzsche's philosophy wasn't about mindless domination. It was about transcending weakness while maintaining authenticity. The lesson: power isn't evil. It's misunderstood. One of the biggest obstacles people face is their belief that life should be fair. It never was. The strongest competitors accept this. They don't waste time lamenting injustice. They learn the rules and use them to their advantage. This doesn't mean abandoning ethics. It means understanding that power is neutral, and those who master it wield it best. Many fail because they assume kindness alone will bring success. But power is rarely given, it is earned. That doesn't mean becoming cruel, but it does mean understanding those who seek to exploit you. Strategic empathy, reading people deeply, recognizing motives, and anticipating moves, allows you to navigate deception without becoming deceptive yourself. The strongest individuals develop internal power. They embrace discomfort, take risks, and forge their own paths. The most successful do not ask for permission. They create opportunities where none exist. Now, we've uncovered a truth that many refuse to face. The world is not fair, and success does not belong to those who simply wait for it. But knowing this is only the beginning. What will you do with this knowledge? You have a choice. You can stay in the illusion, clinging to the comforting belief that fairness will eventually reward you, that good intentions alone will lead to success. Or you can wake up. You can accept that power is not handed out. It is taken, mastered and wielded by those who dare to claim it. But let's be clear. Mastering power does not mean abandoning your values. The strongest, most enduring figures in history were not mere opportunists. They were strategists. They understood the game, but they played it on their own terms. They cultivated influence, built value, and positioned themselves so they could not be ignored. So, what does this mean for you? It means that starting today, you stop waiting for permission. You stop hoping the world will recognize your worth on its own. Instead, you take control. Learn the strategies of influence. Master decision-making. Develop resilience so that setbacks don't break you. Build something so valuable that you never have to beg for a seat at the table, because you create your own. And if you think this is beyond you, think again. Every powerful person started somewhere. The difference is, they chose to act while others hesitated. The real question is, will you? If you're ready to step into this new mindset, start now. Drop a comment sharing your thoughts. Tell me, what's the biggest obstacle holding you back? Let's dismantle it together. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. And if you're serious about mastering power without losing yourself, subscribe for more deep dives into the strategies that shape the world. Because in the end, power doesn't belong to the ruthless. It belongs to those who understand it. The only question is, will you claim it?